Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. So by now you've all heard about the shooting in Buffalo, New York. I saw it, but I had a little mishap in the spray in the field this weekend. And so I was down till about yesterday morning or so. And that was Friday. Jeez, it was pretty bad. Tammy thought she was going to take me to the hospital. Luckily she didn't, but I'm back feeling better. So I'm going to discuss something with you about this. They keep calling him a white supremacist. I agree completely. He's a white supremacist. I completely agree with that statement. They keep calling him a conservative, a Republican. Even he said he's not a Republican. He's a communist who later became a liberal authoritarian. Just like, I don't know, maybe BLM and the squad who admit to being communist and Marxist, socialist. I always told you those people were most racist because I witnessed it firsthand. Saw it. Young white liberal telling a black man he can't even say he's black if he can't say LGBTQTI plus, whatever it is, right? Which is really funny because I know gay black people who don't agree with the LGBTQ thing at all. Oh, also to answer your question. So somebody said, are you homophobic? No. So some of my best, dearest friends are trans. Didn't know that, did you? A lot of them are gay. Hey, and I can count on them for everything. I take the measure of a person by who they are, not what they identify as. Which brings me to the real problem in America. You see, what we've done is allow so many in society, politicians, these blah, 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 so-called leaders, to divide us amongst identity tags. Same thing the Nazis did. They know if they can get you to identify by a tag, then they always have a bead on you. And guess what? They have a bead on America right now. Just look. Just look. You're no longer Americans or Texans. Well, in Texas, we're still Texans. You're either liberal or conservative. You're either black or you're white or you're Asian. Actually, Asians are whites now, so. And they've done this divisive tactic over a number of years. When you have a sitting representative looking at you, Maxine Waters, looking at you, Nancy Pelosi, looking at you, what's her name? The one with the glasses that's really insane, Elizabeth Warren. They seek to divide you by race. Not the fact we're all Americans and we should be working together to make this country better. It's not going to happen. It's not what they want. And you have people out there dumb enough to actually listen to them. Do you really think 150-year-old Nancy Pelosi or Maxine Waters or Elizabeth Warren, when they're telling you to go out here and cause trouble, are going to be there with you? No, don't be stupid. Mind your business. Get your money. Love your neighbor. You know? Because when you go around causing havoc, something always crossed my mind, something I always thought about. When these leaders like Maxine Waters are telling young people, you go up and you get in their face and you tell them you're not welcome here. What happens when you get shot in the face? Because some of us don't play that game. And you're not going to be threatening us and you're not going to be bullying us. That's why I say we get closer and closer to civil war. And really the sad part is you can narrow it down to a few Americans who are pushing civil war. They do it by their words. I would say by their actions, but honestly, they don't do shit. But they stoke this kind of violence. And they would really have you believe they have no parts in it. When the truth is, they have several parts in it. This is on them. I would say, as a matter of fact, they have blood on their hands. But back to the main topic. Sorry, had something there I had to instantly replied to. I say they have blood on their hands. This is getting ridiculous. Now, I would ask you, do these sound like true leaders trying to pull America together? Even Joe Biden, ultra MAGA, they're the worst white supremacists ever. White supremacy and white supremacy and white supremacy. Even though if we look at these mass shootings, yes, a lot of them have been race-based. And not only by white people, but black people, by Asians. It's just really the craziest thing I've seen in my lifetime anyway. But it's what they stoke. It's what they do. And we have to ask ourselves, are we better than this, America? Can we do better? My thought is, yes, we can. Stop listening to these idiots. Now, I was going to come on here. The reason I didn't cover the Buffalo shooting or the shooting that happened Sunday or the shooting that happened the day before that is I don't think they need publicity. Number one. Number two, if I was going to do it, I wanted to have all the facts. The Buffalo shooter is the only one I've really seen anything on. But if you look, all this ties back together because this didn't start last weekend. This started when the BLM member in Portland point blank shot a Trump supporter for wearing a MAGA hat in Portland. Yeah, in Portland. This started when 2 young black kids were murdered in Seattle. This is out of control. The country needs to get back together. And honestly, I don't see it happening. I don't know how. I'm hoping it will. But hedge your bets. Do what you got to do. Stay armed. Make sure you're armed. I don't care what the government says at this point. Were the cops there to protect those people in Buffalo, New York? Nope. Were they there to protect the people in the Vietnamese church? Nope. Were they there to protect the people at the synagogue? Nope. Were they on the train station in New York to protect those people? Nope. You're your own first responder. Always remember that. Get armed, get trained. Now, if you're in a state that has strict gun laws, I get it. Get some mace, get a knife, get whatever you got to get, but make sure you're protected. That's one of the reasons we left Washington State. The gun laws were getting worse. Washington State always does what California does, like a bunch of idiots, even though it doesn't work there. So they passed a 10 limit magazine ban. Not for Dan. So I want as many rounds as I can get. What if the guy is wearing body armor? Just think about that. Or there's 5.6. See, people watch the movies and think they're going to hit with every shot. It's just not going to happen unless you're a trained shooter. I like to pride myself in not missing, but I have a lot of training and a lot of practice. The road we're headed down is scary. I don't like it. I'm pretty sure most of you don't like it. The question is, what do we do about it? But like, subscribe, share, keep your powder dry, do what you got to do. Oh, by the way, I apologize for the show not being as sharp. I'm still feeling a little effects of the poison. But I did want to get those thoughts out there and share them with you and see where you stand. Also, one of my subscribers sent me this thing, and I'm going to look it up. So I'm talking to you. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to find that documentary, and I'll watch it this weekend, and then I'll do a show on it. Okay. So thank you. Like, subscribe, share.